Hi everybody. Today we're taking a tour of
Fort Morgan.
That's right, in Alabama.
Enjoy.
There's a memorial here in remembrance of the men of the armies and navies of the United States of America and the Confederate States of America, for those that fought each other during the Battle of Mobile Bay, August 5th to the 23rd, 1864. Confederate States on that end, and the United States on this end. As we enter the fort, we're going underneath the earthworks in this brick-lined tunnel. It's pretty cool. Sorry about the bright light there. That's called the sun. It's nice to see it, actually. There you go. There's the actual fort itself. Look at that. Absolutely amazing. That's a battery Thomas. Hey, same as my name. Added later for additional defense. So we're inside the walls of Fort Morgan.
Just amazing to think this is all original stuff here.
Yep. This fort saw duty all the way up and through World War II as coastal defense. Look at the construction inside the fort. These brick arches, just amazing. So we just came up these steps. They are a little bit taller than most steps. They're just like that side over there. So it's a bigger step, and they're very steep.
Oh, they are steep.
Yeah. Fortunately, there's a handrail, and we used them.
Yes, goodness.
But here's the view from up on top. Absolutely amazing. Coastal defenses. This is one of the gun emplacements, and on this side you can see the gun emplacement looks out over Mobile Bay. You can see why this would be very strategic. There's a pivot point for a weapon, a gun, a cannon of some form, and you can see the block that's placed, and that would be where the wheels would allow the cannon to roll to be aimed. There's the entrance to Mobile Bay, and as you swing around this way, there's the Gulf of Mexico. Out there in the distance, it's a Sand Island Lighthouse. That lighthouse, several keepers died during a hurricane in 1906.
Well, didn't they say
at that lighthouse?
It was like 100 acres of land out there at one time?
Yeah, it was
Just quite a bit
big at one time.
Yeah.
So, but they no longer use the lighthouse.
The hurricane.
It's now
taking care of all that, I think. Hurricane
Yeah.
1906, I think is what they said.
and it's now they don't use it anymore with the modern navigational stuff.
Yeah.
During World War II, the U.S. Navy had a ship out here that would help patrol and make sure that the Mobile Bay had not been mined, and the Gulf had not been mined by submarines. But by 1944, it was determined that that was no longer a problem. So they no longer patrolled the Gulf of Mexico like that. This is where one of the two cannons from Battery Duportel, I hope I'm saying that right, was located. There was one on this side and one on the other side beyond that wall. They were huge guns that would be lifted up. They would be lifted up, and then they would fire over the wall there. But fortunately, those guns never fired in anger.
Well, look over here. You've got the ladders that were here too. They're all going up now. But the ladders that used to be there.
That's right. There were ladders, so that for sighters that would be up there for adjusting the guns and
they're all over
that sort of
fort.
stuff.
Yeah.
They set a record of firing 9 shells
Yeah.
in three minutes, I think.
3 minutes, yeah.
Yeah, 3 minutes and change, I think it was.
Yeah.
So
Pretty fast.
that was during drills.
Yep.
So, but it's pretty cool. This is just a very interesting place with a lot of history here.
It is. Yeah, you know, when you look around at all this, it's just crazy to imagine what they had to do here and all the work that was put into here and the kind of lives they led here. You know, it just blows my mind to think about the history that sits right here as we're standing in the middle of this fort.
Yeah, it really is just crazy to think about it. And you know, it would go inactive between wars, and then they would come back in and they would have to build it back up.
Yep.
And it was just absolutely, it's just amazing.
Yeah, it is. So I read in an article online about this place, about Fort Morgan, and it does say that they have ghosts that come here at night, that wander the grounds at night and hunt people.
It wouldn't surprise me.
So, not sure that's true, but I don't think I'd want to be here at night.
So there are rails here so that they could move the projectiles for these 12-inch guns back and forth. And here as well. Then they used hoist to get them up there. The gun placements were on that side, and then over on this side they had hoist that would bring them up. So something else. And this was actually built where the citadel originally was. There was a 3-story citadel here until 1900 when they built this battery. So here you can see the rail system up mounted in the ceiling that would help them to move these large projectiles for those 12-inch guns around. Something else. These gun placements were actually used to protect the inner fort. You can see the outer wall. Oh, no, you can't because it's too bright. Oh, you can see the outer wall. They call that a dry moat, by the way. So there's the outer wall as well. So you had defensive positions so that they could defend the outer wall as well. This is inside one of the ordnance storage areas.
Yeah, there's a nice little story here about the ordnance sergeant. He used to be considered as belonging to the non-commissioned staff of the post, made under the orders of the commanding officer. They are to wear the uniform of the ordnance department with the distinctive badges prescribed by the non-commissioned staff of regiments of artillery. And they are to appear under arms with the troops at all reviews and inspections, monthly and weekly.
Wow. So here we are inside the outer wall, or the dry moat, looking back at the fort. It's just an amazing piece of
History.
construction and history.
Yep.
Unfortunately, it was built by slaves. Owners were paid $150 a year for the use of their slaves in the construction of this fort. So here on the outer berm, the earthworks that are protecting the brick walls, you can see they had additional gun placements moving back around to the fort over here as well. It's just an amazing place. The first Alabama soldier to die in the Civil War. He drowned February 12th, 1861, while on duty as the chaplain. Mobile Bay on the right, and as I pan around to the left, goes out to the Gulf of Mexico.
Look at all those oil rigs out there. You see any oil rigs that are...
Yeah, just oil rigs everywhere.
Yep.
All over in Mobile Bay.
And the Gulf.
And in the Gulf.
Huge one over here.
Yeah, there's one over here. Looks like he's got a tender ship or something up there next to him. So this is a close-up of Battery Thomas as it sits now. It's a great observation point. Because Battery Thomas was located on such a high point, it was determined that it was highly susceptible to enemy fire. So it was eventually decommissioned, and when they decommissioned it, the guns were used over here in Battery Shank. Well, we hope you enjoyed our quick little video here of Fort Morgan. This place is amazing.
Yeah, if you get a chance to come out here by Foley Beach, I guess it's Orange Beach too. Is that, it's the town of Foley.
Yeah, just past Foley,
yes.
Down here on the Gulf Shores,
yes.
and
Orange Beach. Yeah, if you get a chance to do that, come by and check it out. It's $8 to get in. For me, Tom is free because he's a veteran. So if you're a veteran, you get in free. 65 and older is $5, I think.
Yeah.
But if you're older than 65 or younger than 65, it's $8. So anyway, it's still worth coming into and just checking out. They got a nice visitor center here with the museum. So you got to walk around there a little bit, but it really is a great place to come learn a little bit about history of that time frame.
Yeah, it's an amazing place.
Yeah. So we appreciate you following us. Please hit like and subscribe. And as we continue our journey, we're here in Alabama now, but we're heading west. And so just continue to follow us. So we'll let you know where we are. And we're so glad that you follow along with us. And so we will see you around the campfire. Bye.
Wills. Yeah.